Hey there, my growers and friends. It's Gray here, and I'm back with another gardening hack for you. But this one specifically deals with composting. As many of you know, that I am a huge supporter of having healthy soil, and I do so by composting. This is actually a 5-gallon bucket that I planted down in my garden about 5 years ago. And see, now this 5-gallon bucket does have holes drilled into it to allow my earthworms to actually move through the soil, spreading the compost through either my raised beds or through my traditional rows. But this bucket was 5 years old and started to fall apart through just being out in the hot Texas sun. And look here, see, this is why we do it. This is the macroorganisms that's living in that soil. So this composting method is what works best for me. I know some people prefer piles or the compost bins and so forth, but I like doing my vermicomposting right in place. Now what I'm doing here is I'm actually widening the space where my compost bin was because I found something that's actually even better that requires very minimal work, and that's a produce basket. And this was a produce basket that actually was being thrown away by one of my local convenience stores. So I asked them if I could actually take it to use it as a compost bin, and they said, sure, take it. This way that plastic won't end up in a landfill. Now I can use this as a means to be able to add more vermicompost to my garden. And of course, just as every year, I make sure to top off that first layer of my soil with a mixture of topsoil mixed in with a little bit of compost from my friends over at Living Earth. The reason why I like using a topsoil because compost alone won't provide the nutrients that most plants needs to thrive. So I like to add in a nice topsoil that's going to have those minerals along with the compost as well. And now that we've backfilled, this compost bin is ready to start receiving more food waste along with our leaf debris and mulch, of course, so we can keep feeding that ecosystem. And of course, all the compost that we had before that does have all our eggshells and everything in, we're just going to go ahead and dump that in because that's still premium good soil. And here is just another glamour shot of all of our macroorganisms. You have to appreciate all of this life feeding this soil. And along with our worms, we see a lot of our eggshells that's in this compost as well. And I know a lot of people talk about eggshells and that take forever to break down, but I'm okay with that because the eggshells are adding to my soil composition and it helps so that the soil doesn't compact. And so this is one side of my 10 by 10, and we're going to be placing some tomatillos as well as some green onion. Now that we have those minerals mixed in with our compost, our garden is going to be teeming with life and ready to support a whole new ecosystem. I'll talk to you again real soon.